back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be another lip swatch video and review all about the brand new NYX lip lingerie. These are their 12 new shades that they recently released not too long ago at Ulta and online. And of course, I do have all 12 of the new shades to show you all. If you're wondering about the other 12 shades, the first ones, I do already have a video lip swatch and review all about those 12 shades. So I will leave that link in the description box if you want to see it, as well as in a card somewhere up here, so you can click on that and go watch that video. In that video, I do let you all know my review on the liquid lipsticks as well as my thoughts on them. I will also be giving you my review today, but that first video is probably going to be a little bit more in-depth because these ones are not super different. I do think there are some differences in the packaging, the formula, as well as the applicator, so I wanted to tell you guys about that in comparison to the first 12. I wouldn't say that any of these are dupes for the first 12. There are definitely some similar shades, but nothing is exactly the same, which is nice. So if you've never tried any of these lip lingeries before, I would highly recommend them. I will show you guys some swatches first, and then we're gonna get to my review on these guys. So I hope you all really enjoyed this video, and if you want to see all 12 shades of the new NYX lip lingeries, then just keep on watching.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery, and you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. With the memories like a symphony, and you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony, and you and I, we got history, yeah. Love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah.
Into my thoughts on these, I want to let you guys know some product information on them if you were curious. These are retailing for $6.99. You do get 0.13 ounces, which is up to par with the original ones, which I do have here. So you are getting the same amount of product for the same price. I got mine in stores at Ulta when they had their new display. I do know they have them online as well at ulta.com and nyx.com. I also think they are at some select drugstores, so I'll just check your local drugstore to see what they have. But again, these are $6.99, so a great value for what you're getting. packaging. The description of this says, slip into something seductive with NYX Cosmetics Lip Lingerie Liquid Lipstick. A weightless liquid lipstick with a plush matte finish, which is totally true. Available in a range of color, Kiss Nudes. Each sultry shade will coat the curves of your lips with irresistibly creamy color. So like I was saying, there are 24 shades in total. So I wanted to show you all a little comparison between the first 12 in packaging to the newer ones. So the actual packaging, the font is a little bit different, as you can see. The bottom one there, the darker brown one, is actually the original one. The top one, a little bit more of the rustier color, is actually the newer one. So the bottom one actually does not say professional makeup on it. This just says NYX Lip Lingerie. And then this newer one has the NYX professional makeup logo on there. So they are a little bit different. The fonts are not the same. The overall packaging is pretty much the same as well, but the only thing I did notice was the applicator, in my opinion, was a little bit different. So the first applicator, this was from the first 12. This is what it looks like. It's a little bit more of a fluffier applicator. It's still very nice and flat, which you can really get into the lips with, which is what I like. But after using these for a while, I did notice the difference between the first applicator and the newer ones. This one, which is the newer one, is actually a little bit flatter, and when I use it on my lips, I can actually feel the plastic of the applicator on my lips. You don't feel the nice furry part of the applicator. That sounds horrible, but that's kind of how I would explain it. With the original ones, you can definitely feel the furriness of the applicator, but with the newer ones, I just feel the plastic. So it's a little bit more of like that rubbery material, which I don't really have a problem with, but I just thought I would point that out. I never thought the original ones had too much of a smell, but I do think that the newer ones have a little bit more of that like kind of artificial chemical like acrylic painty smell, which kind of sucks. So you smell that when you first put it on. I'm wearing one of the newer ones on my lips right now, and I don't smell it anymore, which is nice because I mean it's right near your nose, so the smell does go away. But upon application, especially when you take the applicator out of the tube, you will smell kind of a strong chemically acrylic painty smell. I also quickly wanted to talk about the formula in comparison to the first release versus the newer ones. I feel like the original 12 reminded me a lot of the NYX soft matte lip creams. They were a little bit more of like that plushy, bouncy kind of whipped texture in my opinion. They do dry down, but they kind of have that tacky feeling. Even the new ones have that same tacky feeling too. So when you rub your lips together, you can kind of feel it like sticking together, which isn't the best. They are transfer proof, which is awesome, so that's another plus. I do think though that the newer 12 shades are so much more long wearing in my opinion. I feel like they are so much harder to get off as well, which I'm totally not complaining about because I love a long lasting liquid lipstick. I feel like that's the point of having a good liquid lipstick. It does wear off quite easily in the center of your lips when you're eating especially. I don't find it too bad when you're drinking or just doing kind of the everyday wear. These are so hard at the end of the day to take off, so what I would recommend with these or with any other liquid lipstick that you are wearing to have a liquid lipstick remover. Now this is just the Sephora brand one. It's their Ultimate Oil and Gel Lipstick Remover. I do know NYX has one now that they specifically have for their liquid lipsticks because they are a bee to take off. Let me tell you, I was scrubbing these off. My lips were getting super irritated without this, so I had to pull this out and use it, and it made life so much easier. So whether you're using it with just these or any liquid lipstick, it makes your life so much easier and your lips will thank you by the end of the day. So I would recommend a lipstick remover. But yeah, I think these are a lot more long lasting. They also feel more thin on the lips than the first ones. Like I said, the first ones felt very plushy and kind of like that whipped formula, which these ones feel a little bit more of a thin formula, but there's still like that whipped creamy consistency. I don't find them to be super liquidy compared to other liquid lipsticks that I have in my collection, so they are going to be a little bit more drying on the lips since they're not super thin of a formula. So I would also recommend, if you do have super dry lips, to wear a moisturizer underneath them. Another plus about these that I really like as well is that they feel super thin on the lips once you put it on, but you can build these up. So I know there are a couple liquid lipsticks that I have in my collection that you have to just put on like one layer, like one opaque layer of liquid lipstick, and you're done. If you put any other layers on, it's just going to start crumbling. I do not have the same issue with these. I do feel like you can layer them multiple times, both on first application and a couple hours later, and you're really not going to have an issue with them layering on top of each other or cracking or creasing. But I do think it's a huge plus to be able to layer these, especially after a couple hours of wear when you want to touch up. So I do want to show you all some of my favorites, as well as tell you about a couple of the colors that I had problems with. I want to go over the ones that I did not really like that much for the formula, not just the color. So the first two that I feel like also are really close together, you do not need both of them. They are number 16, which is called Cheekies, as well as number 22 called Silk Indulgent. Now both of these, again, they are super similar in color. As you can see, they are quite hard to tell apart on the lips. One of them is a little bit more of like that neon peachy nude nude, while the other one's definitely a little bit more of that baby pink neon nude. They are both very, very patchy. I did have to go over them a couple times on my lips, and they did emphasize all the lines in my lips, which I was not a fan of. They are very, very light on my skin tone. They're kind of like that mod pastel-y nude, which I know is super in. And the other color that I felt was just a little bit streaky as well. The formula wasn't my favorite, was called Dust to Dawn number 19. This is the lightest peachy one, and it looks nice on the lips, but again, I just did not like the formula of it. It's super, super streaky. You do have to constantly build it up, and it just kind of like settles into all the fine lines and stuff in my lips, and that is not cute, especially on someone like me who does have cracked lips. But there are a couple of shades in here that I'm obsessed with. So I actually have 4 favorites that I am obsessed with right now. The one I'm actually wearing is called French Maid. This is number 20, which looks like this. Obviously, I'm wearing it on my lips, but it is so pretty, and I never thought I would like a color like this. But I think one of the main reasons why I love it is the application was so easy. It just glided on the lip. I do have a lot of fine lines and kind of cracks in my lips. This just smooths on over everything that I had on my lips, and I actually feel like it looks really, really good, which again, compared to the other lighter ones, these just emphasize everything. So this is one of my favorites. Again, I'm wearing it on my lips, and I love it. The other one that I'm obsessed with is called Cabernet Show number 24. Which looks like this. It's one of the darker ones and is absolutely gorgeous. I also am obsessed with number 15. This is called Bustier, which I think the name is so cute. Definitely these kind of like cool toned mauve pinks, which I think are beautiful. A lot of these do look very similar to the Stone Liquid Lipstick by Dose of Colors, which you guys know is my favorite one. I definitely think this one, number 15, is going to be the closest dupe to that if you're curious or like that color and want something similar. And then my last favorite is number 18. This one's called Cashmere Silk. I actually think this one's going to be the most universally flattering on most people just because it's the most beautiful nude in the entire collection in my opinion. It's not too cool toned, it's not too warm toned, doesn't have too much pink or too much brown in there. I just think it looks absolutely gorgeous on the lips as well, and again, the formula on all 4 of these is beautiful. I'll leave little hearts next to the ones that are my favorites down below just to let you guys know which ones are my favorites and which ones to look out for because the formula is absolutely gorgeous. So all in all, if you have never tried these liquid lipsticks before and you are a huge liquid lipstick fan, I would definitely recommend trying out at least 1 or 2 of them just to pick out a couple colors that you think you would like and try them out. They are only $6.99, and when you go to Ulta, most of the time they do have a buy one get one half off on NYX products. So I'd recommend if you wanted to try these out to wait until they have a sale and snatch them up on discount. I would definitely recommend trying these out. Again, I'll leave little hearts next to the ones that I love down below. But again, I hope you all really enjoyed this video and found it helpful and found some new colors that maybe you want to try out yourself. If you have any other questions about these products, please leave them down below for me. I'd be happy to answer anything else you may have, or if I did miss out on something in this video, to answer them down below. Thank you again so much for watching. I love you all so very much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!